Hello, how are you? It is Wednesday, June the 26th. Getting a little closer to July every single day. A little rainy and cloudy out here. Warm though. Still warm but cloudy out. Let me know when you've logged in and just say hello. Tell me where you're tuning in from. I just want to check to make sure I'm getting all my chat messages in the chat box. Just going to verify that. How is everybody today? I've had lots of excitement over the last week with animals. The robins are now gone. I did have to put a pretend owl up to keep them away. Hi Kelly, hi Jenny, hi Jane. Oh, St. Louis, oh cool. Yeah, so I did put up a fake owl to keep the robins away because the babies had kind of flown the coop. She helped them out and we had a promise, we had a contract there that she wasn't going to come back and build another nest. So I saw her starting to bring more grass and twigs. So I had to kind of clear that out and I put a kind of a fake owl to keep her away. So she's on her way. She's found a new place to make a nest. Then I had a, what did I have next? Then I had a snake show up. And then I had a frog. Then I had a skunk. So I've had lots of animals all around me the last week. Hi, Bev. How are you? Nice to see you. Shannon, feel low energy? Feel tired, Shannon? Maybe do a clearing and a cleansing there. Yeah. And you know what? I've been feeling tired too over the last little while. So I keep wondering if it's some kind of allergies or something I have. I just seem to always be tired. So you take care of yourself, drink lots of water. Today I took my dog for a walk just to get some fresh air and to get out in nature. And that did help me. Hi Diana, how are you? Hi everybody. Yeah, does anybody have any questions or anything they'd like to chat about? Animals have been in my mind a lot. And today, just kind of preparing and doing a bit of meditation before today. It was funny, I was just getting so many love songs were coming into my head. I wrote down the ones that came into my head. Love Lifts Us Out Where We Belong by, I think it's Jennifer Warner and Joe Cocker. And then I keep getting this, and I adore this song, Drops of Jupiter by Train. And I have an interesting story about songs. I might have shared it before, but I did go and visit my daughter in Australia about a year ago. I went all on my own. That was a bit of a challenge. And it had been after both my parents died. My daughter and I went to a lavender farm and we were having our latte and I think we were having a scone or something. And they had radio on in the background. And the one song that meant a great deal to me was Drops of Jupiter. And the lead singer, this song's related to losing his mother, and he's wondering what his mother's doing on the other side. So we're sitting there. So I really connected to that. So we're sitting there and I'm talking about, and all of a sudden that song came on. I'm like, oh my God. It's mom just saying, you know, I know you're in Australia. I know you're with, you know, our eldest granddaughter. Everything's fine, etc. Then the next song that came up is the one about, those song about the young man trying to save somebody and he couldn't save them. And that was the song I connected with my dad so much. And right after that song, that other one that I connected with my dad came through. And I thought, what is the likelihood these two songs will come one after the other? I'm sitting with my daughter. I'm in Australia. It was just the craziest thing. So just be aware of songs as signs from your loved ones in spirit. I definitely get them. Oh, hi, Kathleen. Oh, isn't that nice? She says, Wednesdays with Wendy. Woot, woot. Hi, Wendy. Oh, lovely. Does anyone have any questions or anything they'd like to chat about? I just want to remind you about music and how important music is in terms of, you know, lifting your vibration when you're feeling a little down, healing, signs with your loved ones. Yeah. Music is just awesome. And it can even just be, you know, like what do they call them? Oh, I'm not going to remember what it's called. Those different kind of vibrations you can you listen to kind of lift, you know, your heart center, etc. There's all kinds of things you can do to experiment with sound. Sound is just awesome for healing. Oh, there's Glinda. I've had music on all day with lots of yeah, me too. You know, I was just kind of crying a few minutes ago about that one song, Drops of Jupiter. I'm like, oh, it just gets right to me every time I hear that song. And you're gonna think this is really fun. I'm thinking, you know what? I think I might like that song to be at my memorial service, just so my loved one knows, you know, I'm still out there, I'm still exploring, all those things I talked about were true, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I don't know why that kind of crossed my mind. Diana, I get signs all the time, single feathers from my sister. The dragonfly you talked about came through for me and showed me. Ah, there we go. Isn't that awesome? And can I tell you, Diana, when was it? Maybe 2 or 3 days ago, I was sitting on my back deck, beautiful sunny day with my dog, and there were these 2 beautiful dragonflies, and they were just like spinning and dancing and flowing and just going all around my pool. I was just fascinated by watching these beautiful dragonflies. So I definitely saw some myself too. Oh, that's so beautiful. Diane just said, the dragonfly you talked about came through for me and showed me where the plant something. You're so good and you're so, no, remember that I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you appreciate what I do. But remember, I'm doing this for service for spirit. So I'm just the instrument. Spirit comes through, right? And I just share that with you. So that your sister's awesome. If I can put that into your words, look how awesome she is and how much she loves you and how much effort she put in to get this message through to you. Isn't it? It's just unbelievable, really. Dawn, I saw a few dragonflies at the beach. Yeah, I've been seeing them and they're so beautiful. Like I was looking at their wings, that beautiful translucent sparkling. And I thought, they're so beautiful and they're so fragile at the same time. Kathleen, I always see things out of the corner of my eyes and feel things. But this week, as I was walking down my upstairs hallway, let me see if I can get more. I try and sometimes it just doesn't want to do it. I saw a silhouette. First time ever I had to stop and go back and look or go in. Definitely didn't feel like my mom. Did I get the end? It didn't feel like your mom, you said. That says see more, but I'm not seeing more. And that was Kathleen. You know what, Kathleen? Sometimes it can be a few things. Like it can be your spirit guide. It could be another loved one in spirit. Sometimes, you know, and I found this when I moved into my new home in October and we started renovations. I got the previous owner would pop in a lot just to check out what was going on. So I don't know if you've been doing any kind of renovations in your home. That'll happen too. You know, and I always believe in the love, being positive. And I mean, you can even, you know, if you feel uncomfortable with anything, just ask them to leave. Just say leave. You're not welcome here. Or if you're curious, right, you can ask, you know, show me in another way if you're trying to get a message to me. When I see kind of a shadow in the corner of my eye, it makes me nervous, or you can decide how you want to kind of deal with that. Let me just see, didn't feel like bad. It just uncomfortable. It was like 11 a.m. Yeah. And you know what, Kathleen? Also, I want to say, you know, the spirit world's opening you up to these signs. And in the beginning, just like me, it was like, you know, it's like, oh, what's that? Oh my goodness. And then you kind of get more comfortable with it. So it's almost like they're opening up and they're giving you like a little test. Let's see how she deals with this. Is this going to make her nervous? Is she ignoring it? Did she get it? So now they know that you got it. So it's like, yes, She got that. She received that sign. What's Kathleen saying here? My daughter is in my bed and has been for the last year because she doesn't like her room. Oh, all right. I don't know where you live, Kathleen. Let me just think about this. She's 4.5. Good. I was just going to ask you that. I just saw 4.5. Yes, I don't get scared or nervous at all or have any fear short. Maybe did for a split second. Pennsylvania. Okay. So you don't live near where I live. So definitely it would be that you don't belong here. Leave. Sometimes people will come into your home and they kind of do like clearing of your home. I do that kind of on my own, where you use sage and you kind of walk through the rooms and you just clear them. I'm just trying to think of some other. There's got to be some sources too to assist you with that online. The other thing also, just kind of, I don't know if you meditate, but what I will do, you know how you kind of bring in the white light and you just clear and cleanse yourself? The white light like just flows all over you and releases things that are not for your highest good, any blocks, any attachments. You can do the same thing, but you visualize it coming over your whole home. So you could try that and see how that works. Oh, you did lavender and left windows open for the day now. Okay, try that white light all over your home and see how that works. Yeah, I wasn't thinking of this topic at all today. I'm just trying to think of some things because this happened to my daughter when she was a teenager. It's like that positive energy, building that positive energy, not showing fear, telling if there's someone that's trying to get your attention and you don't want to interact, you just say go, goodbye, leave. That's my advice right now, Kathleen, and see how that goes for you. Let's see what Lynn says. Do you find that when you do readings that you gravitate towards people who had tragic losses except children? I can't see them more. What does happen, you know what, Lynn, I recommend this to my students and yourself if you're a developing medium or you're just tracking your spiritual journey. I always ask my students to write things down and look for patterns and things. And what I'll find is when my mom passed, I got an awful lot of mothers that would come through that had challenging passings, and maybe they needed to acknowledge things with their daughter. So I did have that an awful lot. I also tend to get, it almost comes in webs and flows, you know, it's almost like my guide is saying to me, you know what, there's a lot of need in this area. We want you to go in this direction. So recently in the last, few weeks, I've been getting a lot of requests for like animals and working with animals. So I'm aware of that. I thank my guide. I'm like, okay, there's a lot of need for people to have that connection with their pet, either in spirit or a soul-to-soul connection to help with their well-being. So I kind of open up and I'll kind of welcome that in. But usually what I will say to my guide, bring people to me that I can heal. So I'm open to any kind of trauma or grieving people are going through and healing that they need. I thought being an elementary school teacher, I would do more children, and I don't, which is kind of interesting, and I don't know why. For me, it just might be I'm working in that direction. Because in a interesting kind of way for myself, I feel the connection with animals for me is very similar to children. So it's almost like the first step is kind of animals. Then once I'm able to grow and develop in that area, then I think the next step would be children. But I do get children in once in a while, but not as often. Yeah, I hope that answered your question. Like sometimes mediums will specialize in certain things. I want to specialize more in my clients rather than the spirit communicators, if that makes sense. It's like my intention is to assist you in your healing, with your grieving on your journey, to give you the knowledge you need so you can connect with your loved ones on your own. So I'm always developing, right, kind of like my database, my connection to bring in a variety of communicators. I hope that kind of answered that question. Yeah, Dawn. Yeah, and you know what? I just had a lady request that, so I've done a couple readings on that. I've been very successful on that. So I almost feel like the spirit world is guiding me toward the animals right now. So I'm always aware and I'm just watching where I'm being guided towards. So right now it's animals, and it's just not mediumship, but it's like soul to soul well-being communication for the pets, what they need, what they're thinking about, any challenges and things like that they might be having. Lynn says, Kathleen, I wanted to strengthen my ability because I always would doubt them and myself and not give it. There you go, Kathleen. Right now, I'm just finishing up my mediumship development class right now. I'm pretty sure I'm going to take a break in August. A lot of people go on holidays. I'll start off in September. You don't necessarily have to take it with me. But if you haven't taken a course, take a course. Because a course makes you accountable. Your teacher should be giving you homework. You should be practicing. There should be practice circles. And don't be too hard on yourself, Kathleen, too. Maybe you're just not following through because it's just not the right time right now. You'll know when it's the right time. So don't be too hard on yourself. But I truly, I've taken many courses. I still take courses. I'm taking a healing course right now, which is fabulous, and it's just expanding my whole toolkit with mediumship also, and giving me a deeper understanding about how energy works, etc. So don't be too hard on yourself. When it's the right time, it's the right time. Lynn, that makes sense. I don't read well because I'm not trapped in grief. That makes sense. I'm not sure what I just said. Is it about I tell you, it's about confidence, surrender, and believing. So number one step might be, why do you want to do mediumship? Why do you want to do it? Sit down, write it down. Really, like in your heart, why do you want to do this? If it's a calling and you want to help people and it's just something you need to do, you're drawn that way, it's like instinctively that is your journey, bravo, go that way. If you're not at that place yet where you can kind of acknowledge that, maybe just wait. Maybe you're still discovering what it is. Maybe you're not meant to be a medium. Maybe you're meant to be a healer. Maybe you're meant to be a psychic or a tarot card reader, or maybe you're supposed to be an animal communicator. You've got to figure all that out for yourself. So just don't be too hard on yourself. Yeah, Lynn just says, my greatest sadness is my animals in my experience. So yeah, absolutely. Miss your, I know. It's, yeah, I know. Sorry, that's all I can say, because I've been just connecting a lot with the animals lately, and it makes me I feel more vulnerable, kind of, because of their pure innocence, their pure unconditional love, their loyalty, their devotion. And you just got to remember that, animals are here, really, I believe, in service for us and humanity. They're here to help us. And our connection with our animals, just like our family members, our loved ones, is eternal. It is eternal. You will be united with them. They can bring you signs. My dog does bring me signs. and they're around you. That's all I can say. So I don't kind of go humans, animals. I put it all together. Mediumship, I put them all together. Yeah. Yeah, I hope that helps. Just remember, it's confidence and surrender. And it's about knowing what you bring to the table. It's about, putting in the time, the dedication. And it's so rewarding, and it's okay, because some days you can feel off, you're tired, you need a break, and that's okay. But you're always drawn back. I was always drawn back, and it took me a long time to get where I am right now, because I was a teacher. I had 3 children. I had a lot of responsibilities, but I would read books, I would meditate, and I was just slowly, step by step, learning and little did I know, but Spirit was guiding me in the right direction. About my whole story about being a teacher. I never planned to be a teacher ever. And I went back to university and got my teaching degree later in life. And I know this was part of the plan, to be able to share knowledge with others as they are developing their own mediumship and connecting with the spirit world, etc. Trent says it's becoming a medium change. I didn't have a really strong upbringing, but some things, for example, I don't believe in sin. I don't believe in that whatsoever. I don't believe that you have to go through a ordained individual to be able to connect with divine source God. I don't believe that. Never have, and never made sense to me, even as a child. I feel that divine source, God, whatever word you want to use, is within all of us. And we all have our own personal relationship with that creator. That's what I truly believe. It's that simple. There you go. It's that simple. Then, of course, right, I consider myself a spiritualist. So if we look at the 7 principles of spiritualism, which just happens to be on my wall right here, is the belief in the infinite spirit, divine creator of all that is. Absolutely. Belief in the unity and equality of all. Absolutely. Communication, guidance, and healing from spirit and angels. Absolutely. Continuous existence of the soul and its personality. Yes, sirree. Personal responsibility for the creation of our reality through thought, word, and deed. Absolutely. Every thought you put out there creates and manifests your reality. 2 more to go. Actions create results according to natural law. Yes. And eternal progress is open to every soul. Absolutely. So there you go. Those are the 7 principles of spiritualism. And I believed in every single one of those, even before I started going to spiritual churches. So there you go. Again, I was guided in that direction. And the interesting thing too is my brother happens to be a Greek Orthodox priest, and talk about opposite ends of the spectrum. So he's very traditional, can't cut his hair or his beard, I believe, wears the robes, people call him father, the women sit on a certain side of the church, they have a certain role, the men do the other things that the men seem to do all the kind of rituals and things in the church, and women have kind of their role that they do, quite different. I still remember the day my brother got ordained, and I kept crying the whole day. I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with me. Why am I crying? And then I went up to him and I said to him, and I was kind of joking, I wasn't, and I said to him, "You're not going to change, are you?" And then it happened, the change. So he's more with that, he calls it his family, so his church family. So I very rarely see my brother now, so yeah. But anyways, that's some connection to, I really feel religion or your belief should bring people together, not separate people. But yeah. Anyways, that's a personal experience of my own. And it's sad in a way because we're both, you know, on the same side, but for some reason it's that kind of separation there instead of bringing us together. Any other questions at all? Sorry, I got kind of deep there about that. And it's so funny. I won't say any more about that. I'm just afraid. I don't want to say anything that might offend my brother or his church. Okay. Any other questions or... Whew, I'm getting really hot, so that's a sign for me. I'm starting to sweat. So I will start readings in a few minutes. Just a reminder, I'm going to do spirit directed, so I'll connect with spirit. And if you can take 80 to 100% of what I say, if you could say yes, that would be great. If there's more than one person that says yes, then we'll figure out who this communicator is for. And please listen if you don't get a message, because there's always important knowledge in the communication and healing there too. So please listen. Because it might shed some light on your own experiences in your own grieving journey. It will be recorded this evening, so I just wanted to give you a heads up. You're giving permission for that, and I'm just going to post on my YouTube channel for anybody who would like to review it later. What else did I want to say? Just about that, my intention is to work in service for the spirit world, to demonstrate the survival of consciousness after death. That death is really illusion. We do lose our outer shell, our physical body, but then we're transformed, right? Energy can never be destroyed, so our energy is transformed into spirit, where our relationships are eternal with our loved ones on the earth plane. And again, it's all about love. Thank you, Dad. It's all about love. That's what keeps us connected. It's the love for one another. And do remember, everyone does have the ability to be a medium for themselves, to connect with their loved ones, to receive signs and messages. Just remember, when you get a sign and you like, oh my goodness, I was just thinking about Dad. Say, hi, Dad, thanks, I got this message. That's just confirming to them that you're receiving their messages, and they'll continue. You know, talk to them, open up. When you're ready, of course, when you're ready, depending where you are in your journey, have photos of your loved ones out. Remember them. Make them a part of your rituals, holidays, etc. I think that's all really, really important. So if you'd like to just relax, take a deep breath, open up your heart light, and invite your loved ones in spirit close by. Okay. Just welcome them in. Okay, and just give me a moment here. And I'll just, very hot. Okay. Okay. I'm aware of a male in spirit. I feel it's younger male. I want to say teens to early 20s. I'm getting the name Alex connected to this individual. And I don't know. He keeps saying like friend, friendly. So he just keeps repeating that. It's interesting. He's coming through with a lot of like energy. It's really important that you know that he has a lot of, it's like, he's like showing me energy, like a muscle, what is it? Like muscle strength. So he's talking about his physical body. So I know in his passing, his symptoms affected his physical body, because he's just saying, look, I'm healed, I'm whole, I'm strong, I'm better than ever. very sociable person, outgoing. I feel some connection to, I want to say football. I might be off, but there's some kind of team sports. It's like he's showing himself. It's either himself or he's showing someone like in a, it feels like it's a football uniform. And I'm getting, is the shirt red? Maybe red with white lettering. And I'm feeling 2 digits. Something three. I don't know if it's 13. I don't know if it's 23. I'm just going to put those numbers out there. It's funny, he's talking something about an ankle, a broken ankle. He's bringing my attention to a broken ankle. I don't know, it's interesting. He's almost like highlighting to me how ironic, something that's ironic he's saying, almost like it's ironic how he, what is it? How he was healthy and vibrant and took care of himself, and then the passing. It was almost like they were, what is it? Like 2 opposites? Like made a mistake, and all this potential he's saying was lost. Can anyone take this, young man? Let me just go over it again. I felt it was a younger male. I was getting the name Alex connected to him. I kept getting like friend energy, friend, repeating friend. Talking about his, I feel it's football, about, what is he trying to say here? I don't know, he keeps showing me bleachers. You know, I'm going to tell you what he's showing me. It's almost like memories, like a meeting at the bleachers, a bunch of people, they would meet at the bleachers, like after the game. I think that's what you call them, bleachers, right? Where you're watching a football game, because I'm seeing a field. He's showing me bleachers. It feels like the game's over, like it's dark, and he's like meeting people. Not yet? Okay. And I feel there's some connection here. I want to say there's some kind of connection to drugs here. That's what he's showing me. Could be my best friend's son. Okay. Because I kept getting friend. So this, sure, this would be your friend's son. Okay. Because he kept repeating friend. Okay, to me. Okay. Can you take that connection? I just want to make sure I'm on the right path. Can you take some, it feels like, I don't know, it feels like drugs. It's something about meeting at the bleachers, and you know how kids would get together in kind of groups and they're up to something? That's what he's giving me, that impression. So it feels like it's a connection to, I'm pretty sure that it's drugs, doing something that they shouldn't be doing. Everything connects so far, Cheryl says. Okay, so let me just find, okay. And the football and everything, okay. Very sociable. And it's like he's coming through to acknowledge, he just keeps showing me, isn't this so ironic? And he's saying this to this. So this, he just keeps saying so ironic. Okay, so tell me about that. I don't know. He's just saying something happened. I think it feels like it was like a fast kind of passing. And I'm saying this because he's showing me an ambulance. So it's like something happened. And it's like he's saying, what's he saying? Like incapacitated. Like, did he lose consciousness. It feels like incapacitated, like he wasn't fully conscious. I'm feeling that something happened where he wasn't fully conscious. Okay, let me just see if any of that resonates. Okay, let me just see what he wants to say. Understand why he's coming through. I think he's coming through, like the messages, you know, that's so funny you said that. He's saying like I was a bit of an ass, and he's saying I got a little too big for my britches. That's how he's saying that. I got a little too big for my britches. And that's how, what is it, like he's saying that's how you get in trouble. That's how it's a slippery slope. And he's saying it's important for Mom to know that I acknowledge these things, because he's saying like I'm learning about this on the other side. He's saying, you know, it's the life reflection, looking like the life review, reflecting on your life, and I see the missteps that I make. Like he's taking responsibilities, definitely taking responsibility. And he's saying like, don't blame other people. Don't blame other people. Nope, that's not the path to go down. He's saying, I take full responsibility for the situation and my passing. So that's basically the message he wants to say. And he's saying like, Mom, that will help you in the healing, because you'll understand that I'm healing too. So there's something about him, the parallel between him doing his healing on the other side and his mom doing her healing on this side. Something about the knowledge that he's moving forward and growing and continuing on his path is really important for his mom to know. So that's what he's bringing through. And he's like, and it's funny, he's saying like things don't end on the other side. It's a new beginning. It's like a brighter, a lighter, a more, what is he saying? Like even more fulfilling. I don't want to say life, but like things are even more fulfilling. The learning that you do on the other side. So it's important his mom knows that, because that's why he's coming through. Okay, let me just see. He's making me feel that, I don't know, that his mother's been, I know, thinking about him, that of course, but it's something more like visiting his school, the field, goes there. I just feel this connection between the mom and going places that he went. He's just wants me to acknowledge that he's aware of that she was, okay, is it like I don't know if it's a sibling that does football or is in that same school or that same area, because he's just acknowledging the mom kind of in that area. Okay. Okay, and he's just finishing up. He's just saying, take this as you will, interpret this. He's just saying that healing is twofold. He keeps saying that, twofold. It's like it's that parallel between him and his mom, and that it's twofold. Like it's healing of the body, it's healing of the emotions. So he's just saying that. You understand? So the healing, you're dealing with the grieving part, and then it's like he's saying, then you go out. You can go to those places. You can look at those photos. You can. So he's just saying, just remember that it's twofold. It unfolds in layers. So it's not like boom overnight. He's saying that. He's just saying that I'm supporting you with that. I love you. I don't know. He's just showing me something. I don't know. I feel there's something of his Mom has or looks at. What is this? I don't know what this is. May even be his room, like going into his room. So he's just saying that he's aware what Mom's doing, especially when it connects to him. It's like instantaneous. He knows, it's like, poof, like I know you're there. I'm with you in that moment. And he's just saying again, I love you. You've got this. He goes, I'm your cheerleader. You got this. He goes, you got this. You got this. You got. He just keeps saying that. I'm gonna leave you with all his love, Cheryl. Thank you so much for taking this young man. And it was interesting that he did keep saying friends. So I know for sure it's for you to give to his mom. Thank you so much. He looks very happy and healthy. Yeah, he's just kind of standing there, and his might even be a photograph she has of him in this uniform, because he keeps showing me that. I'm like, okay, I see it. All right, I'm just gonna ask him, say goodbye to him and thank you. Okay. I think I'm getting young people today. It's so funny when someone asks me about children. And I feel I have another young person here. It feels like a young person. I have the name Stephanie connected to her. Very pretty, 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 pretty. I just keep getting pretty, pretty, pretty. Ah. Oh, tell me some more. Tell me some more. She's just showing herself to me. I feel like it's shorter, kind of like wavy hair. I know she put a lot of effort into her hair. I keep getting pretty, pretty, pretty. Happy, friendly, smiling. All right. She wants me to talk about her clothing for some reason. There's some significance or story to the clothing. It's like she's talking about the dress. She's saying the dress. She just the dress. She just keeps saying the dress. And when I just feel into this a bit, it feels like it's like a dress for a special occasion. It might be like a graduation dress. Because I don't know, I feel like there's a hallway. It feels like an institutional, like a hallway, like a high school hallway. It feels like graduation. It just feels like graduation to me. The dress. And I don't know if there was some conversation about a dress. I'll tell her, thank you. I don't know if someone could take this young woman with the dress, but the dress I feel like there was some conversation with the dress, like, is it going to be a long dress or a short dress? And I feel she really wanted the short dress, and there was some oh, that's just too short. That's not appropriate. I'm just getting a whole conversation about this dress. So I just want to put that out there because that must be significant if she's bringing that up for a reason. Talking about earrings. I think there were earrings, like special earrings, I almost feel like they were small. Like, I don't know if they were pearls or they were diamonds. And they feel like these were a gift. These earrings, she just keeps showing me the earrings. Like, I guess you call them studs. And they were special. They were a gift. And she's just smiling and like, yes. Okay, let me see what else. I don't know. She just keeps going back to this dress. There's something significant about this dress. I feel like it's a satiny kind of shiny fabric. I don't know why. I'm getting almost like a pastel shade, almost like a blue, or like I feel more blue than lilac. Can anyone take this young girl? Again, the name is Stephanie I have with her. And she's also giving a word like, it's like Halsey, Halsworth. So it almost feels like it's a place, like Halsey, Halsworth. I don't know if that's a place or it's like a school. Okay, let me just find out. She's talking about a puppy. A puppy. Oh, boy. Okay. It's like, take good care of him. Take good care of him. So I feel she left behind a dog. She's saying, take good care. I feel this is a smaller dog. Possibly gray, almost like a lap. It feels like a lap dog to me. I know she hugged him and carried it around. It was like her best friend. She's showing me posters on her wall. I know it's a male. It's a male poster of a male. Kind of like someone she had a crush on. I don't know. I feel like it like more movie star than singer, but she's showing me her room now. I feel there was like she had a bit of like a girly style to her. Like she liked to dress up. I don't know, I'm seeing, she's showing me the bed. And I don't know, well, it feels like a ruffles or something, ruffles around the pillow, ruffles around the quilt, or the bed cover. She's talking about a trunk. It feels like it's a trunk. And her things are in the trunk. There's lots of things in the trunk. There's things in the trunk. Can anyone take, okay, no one can take her so far. Let me just go with her message. She's talking about the trunk, about things being packed away. So what is this message about? I feel that this message, I know this message, it's about grieving, and it's about opening up. Grieving and opening up. She's showing me like a signs, like she's showing me winged things. It feels like butterfly or dragonfly. And I know we were talking about dragonflies, but I'm just getting these winged like insects are significant, connected to her. And she's saying it's pretty. Again, it's a pretty, she keeps saying pretty, pretty. These pretty things are like signs, pretty things. That's what the message is about. It's about not denying yourself and allowing pretty things into your life again. It's like, how's she saying that? Like a new fresh breath, a new beginning, a new start. That's what she's encouraging. And I feel this is for family members. I know, I feel like, and you know, and I'm getting a connection, like she's showing me like a gray-haired lady, short gray hair. I almost wanted to say grandmother, but it may not necessarily be a grandmother. This passing may have been from quite a long time ago. And I see this woman, okay, she's just saying that she isn't verbalizing or talking about things that she needs to be talking about. That's the pretty, there we go again. Pretty things will open you up. Then you have things to talk about, you see? Think about the pretty things, the pretty memories, the pretty objects. I feel like there's objects connected to this young girl that the family still has. It's like, talk about those. You don't have to talk about me necessarily, but talk about, I don't know. I almost feel like there are, to me, it feels like it's like trophies or, you know, like awards, things she may have gotten from school. Talk about those pretty things. Oh, remember when, remember this, remember that. And I'm going to leave you with all, oh, Diana said possibly me. Okay. That's okay if not the name. It could be a friend or someone in the vicinity. That's okay. Don't get hung up on names sometimes. I just want to say the names. I hate to hold it back and then it's significant. Yeah, I just wanted to see if anything was going to change with that, Diana. But it's the same. It's the pretty again. It's the pretty. And what I want you to do, and she's saying this to me, I want you to think about what the word pretty means to you. Because there's something significant about pretty. Oh, there you go. Diana said, I've been planting all kinds of flowers around here after my last reading with you. Okay. Because she just keeps repeating pretty, and then she's not giving me anything else about that. But again, it's like opening the trunk, getting things out in the open, looking at things, like looking at the prettiness, like the texture, the color, it's almost like, I almost want to say that if she had some kind of like artistic flair, because the way she's sharing this, it's like she's bringing through the appreciation for things that you have around you. And she's saying, you know, if you're like shut down in terms of grieving or you're blocked, she's saying, it's almost like she's saying like, I don't even know how to put this. It's like, observe that object. That's what it's like, the way that you see things, And she's saying that she sees things differently now on the other side. You see things differently. And that's almost like, what is it? It's like a gift or like a blessing she's giving you about seeing things differently. So, like, don't see it as like an empty room. Don't see it as a trunk with someone's belongings they'll never be able to use again. Like she keeps saying, it's the way you look at things. It's the way you look, your perspective, the way you look at things. Okay, that's what the message is. Okay, and I'm going to leave you with all her love. I hope that resonates with you, Diana. Diana says, I really understand this because I never did any of this before ever. And there you go. Okay, thank you, Diana. Oh, poor Kathleen, the baby has been a handful. Oh, no. Okay. So I hope, thank you for taking that, Diana, because Yeah, thank you. Okay. Okay. I feel that this is a gentleman, an older gentleman, has a good sense of humor, and he's coming through, and there's some kind of connection with Valentine's Day, and it's almost like he's trying to tell me a joke, something related to chocolate. But I can't get it. Like, I hear him laughing, but I can't hear the words. So just let me see what this is. Is it some kind of joke, almost like taking a bite out of a chocolate, not liking it? Like, oh, don't like that one. What's that one? What's that? There's some kind of joke here. And he's laughing about it. And then he's saying things like, sweets for my sweet, sweets for my sweet. And then laughing about that. Okay, let me see what else. So I know Valentine's Day, February, significant. And he's showing me, it looks like he's showing me a heart. He's showing me a heart for sure. It's a red heart. And the way I'm receiving this, it looks like it's almost like a keepsake box. You know when you get those chocolates in that big heart and it's really fancy and it's flowers and all that? So he's something about like a keepsake with this heart that you still have it. I feel you still have it. And I feel like there's things inside, like cards from this gentleman. I feel that it's a husband. Okay. Give me, I'm going to say, oh boy, I'm getting numbers floating around here. So I'm just trying to get the numbers down to, I'm asking him for his age. Okay, so just give me a minute here. I feel it's on the end toward like 63, that end of the scale, 63. I'm getting 63. And he's talking an awful lot about romance, hearts, memories, keepsakes. And he's referring to, I know that you've been looking at something, either letters or cards connected to him, because he's talking about that he's aware of that you were looking, if not looking at it, you were thinking about it. But I really feel that like you came across it, like, oh, what's that? Oh, that's, and then you up in the closet, because he keeps referring to that. The heart. And then he's just giggling. Like he's giggling about, it's almost like, how is he saying this? It's almost like giggling about finding way, this is going to sound kind of funny, but giggling about ways of, giggling about finding ways to love you or surprise you. And I feel it's like gifts or like birthdays, holiday, and he's giggling. Like I feel that he got a really big kick out of like surprising you, giving you little tokens of love. Valerie, 2 weeks ago I went through my box and through all his cards. There we go, Valerie. Okay, I think this is for you. Would your this is your father, correct, Valerie? Can you, was he a good gift giver? Like he's giggling. Oh, there we go. There you go. Yeah, because he's laughing. Okay, and was he a good gift and be a, there you go. Absolutely for you, Valerie. There you go. Was he a good gift giver? Because it's like he likes really getting a kick getting it, and it's almost like humorous or funny. There you go. Yes, funny gifts. Because he's laughing, he's getting it, and it would be funny things, like things you wouldn't think he would give, and he would howl about it. Like, oh, what? Wow. Okay, good. He was so strong. Okay. And it's funny was coming through with that. Like funny things at Easter. Like he's talking about Easter. Like, I don't know if there was like an Easter hunt and then you would find something that was like unusual. I don't know. He's talking about like leprechauns. So it must be St. Patrick's Day. He's talking about like all these funny little kind of jokester things he would do. Absolutely. Yeah, it's crazy things like that. Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right. So I said this early. I'm just going to say this again because he wants me to say this. So he's just reminding you that he was there when you were looking through these cards. And I feel that you knew that. I think you sensed him there. He's saying like, I brushed your tear. He's saying that. He's saying, I know it was emotional moment. That's how he's saying it. And he's like, I brushed your tear with love. He keeps saying that. He goes, you're my girl. I'm not going to cry. You're my girl. You'll always be my girl. Sorry, I'm just feeling it now, so I'm just going to ask him. I wanted to give me words instead of feelings, because how can I send my feelings to you? So, he's saying, you're my rock, you're my shining star. He's saying that. And he's saying like, do you understand this? Because he's saying it's continuing. Like you are still, he's saying like my rock, the rock and okay, I understand what he's saying. So you're like the rock for the family and him. So by, okay, then how do I explain this? So he's saying like you're continuing things that he would do to support the family. He's aware of that because he's saying like, you're the rock. It's almost like I see him like passing things on to you. And he's like, now you're the rock. Like you're the rock. You're the star. And he's like beaming. He's smiling because he's saying like, that's the legacy. That's what's been passed down. So he's saying that. He wants to acknowledge how important that is. Because he's saying to me, sometimes you forget or you don't really get that. I don't know if you don't get that was the right word. I apologize. It sounded that was me more than him. But you don't realize that sometimes. And he goes, it's like he wants you to feel that like in your heart. You understand that? Like in your soul. So he says, on those gray days where you're not sure what to do or you can't make those decisions, then you can go to that place in your heart and you know with confidence and awareness and that you can move forward. You do know the answer. You do know what to do. So he's just saying, you know, that I'm bringing you that. I'm bringing you that. So he goes, you receive that gift and you keep it within you. He's like, I'm always there too, but he goes within you because I want that always to be there for you in your day-to-day life. Okay, let me just see. He's acknowledging how you're very diplomatic. He says you're very diplomatic. He goes, and he's saying that's a special quality. And he's referring to like diplomatic in terms of like I was asking about his wife, your mom, and he was saying you're very diplomatic in your interactions. And I know I was asking about your mother, so he was referring to mother. And he's saying like more than that, like you're a diplomatic person. And he's saying, it's funny, he's like, it doesn't mean like, I'm going to say it how he said it. He said to me, it doesn't mean that you're the loser. Like, you know, you're playing a game, you're diplomatic. You think, I just let them win. No, it's not that. You're winning it being diplomatic. That's what he's telling me. That's your gift. That's your gift, being diplomatic. Don't think you're a pushover. Don't think you're like a loser. Don't think, he's saying that's your gift. And then he's referring to, I feel that you might have played like board games or something together, because he's laughing about that. He's like, I don't know. It's either snakes and ladders or parcheesi. That's what it looks like. You know, where someone gets bumped and they slide down. So he's just laughing about that. I just feel like lots of laughter and fun and joking, and yeah, and it feels like it's around games or something, like board games. Oh, I got you now, or I'm winning. But it was all in jest, all in fun, all in, okay. And he's just referring to your boys, and he's saying like, you be that army sergeant. You keep them in line. You keep them in line. But he's kind of like in jest, you know what I mean? He's like, you keep them in line. You keep them in line. He's like, you be that army sergeant. You keep them in line. So he's just saying, you know, and he's like, he's just showing, you know, the three of them, and they're like lined up, like, okay. He's just smiling. Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys. He's just saying it like that. He's showing me something red. It feels like it's a red cardinal. So I just wanted to share red. It's very red, very vibrant. And he's showing me it coming through like as a bird. And it looks like a cardinal, like a beautiful red cardinal. So I really, wow. Woo. It's like so, I've never seen something so bright and vivid and deep and rich. So I would just like you to, Valerie, just be aware of like a red cardinal or anything red is a sign from your father. He's just, I almost feel like it's, what is this? I don't know. Is there like a cardinal baseball team? I don't know, but it's something very specific, a red cardinal. So I just want you to remember that. Okay, let me just see if there's anything else. Oh, there you go. Valerie just said, I always think about him when I say cardinal. And could I just reiterate, the cardinal, he showed me a card, but it was so vibrant, the color, it was like poof. I've never seen that before. So there you go. So he's just saying, this is a sign. Tell her this, this is important. This is important. So he made sure that I got that right on. So thank you for that. He's helping me too. He's a very good communicator. I think this may be, oh, Valerie, I saw a beautiful one a few weeks ago, and the bird was exactly how you described him. He just stayed there. That was your dad. Oh my goodness, a sign for you. It was like he was showing, and that's how I saw it. It was, I just saw this cardinal, like as if it was just sitting here across from me. That's so amazing. There's something else that your dad wants to say just before I wrap it up, and he's bringing forward, and I'm going to be really honest, because I know I've done a reading for your mom, and I can't remember if it was for your mom or you, but he's just bringing this, and it sounds familiar, so I just want to say this sounds familiar. So he was showing me a book, he was opening a book, and there's a piece of paper. It's like, it's a book, but something's on this piece of paper. And it's significant, like it's a verse, it's a quote, it's something. And it's something about like looking at this again. So I cannot remember for the life of me if this was a message that you may have received or your mom, but there's something about a note or something in a book. So just be aware of that. And he's just saying, is it a verse? there's something significant in this verse or this quote, and he just wants you to be aware of that. So I just wanted to make sure that I talked about this book with something slipped in it. Yeah, because it's significant. He wanted me to say that. And he's thanking me for doing that. I don't know if you're planning on a picnic or you just recently had a picnic, but he's saying a good time, a good time. So he's talking about a picnic, a planned picnic, a planned get together, possibly for the July 4th or around there. He's talking about, like, it feels like a picnic. And he's saying it's going to be a good time. It's going to be fun. It's going to be relaxing. And it's like, don't forget to take, like balls and frisbees. And he goes, because the kids got to get rid of that excess energy. And I see like a blanket and leaning on the blanket and like some food. And then I just see the kids running around like chasing and kicking a ball around, frisbee. So he's like, don't forget those tools to keep them entertained. That's how he's saying it. Don't forget that. That's going to be important, because it's almost like I'm seeing you and your partner, and you're having like quiet time, like chatting. It'll give you that opportunity. That's what he's showing me, like to relax, decompress, and then the kids will be running around, getting all that excess energy out. Okay. All right. Can you take, before I go, Valerie, can you take, is there a anniversary coming up, or a recent anniversary in the family? I don't know. He keeps showing me like, it's interesting. He showed me, it looked like white lace, but I was getting like it felt like a wedding anniversary. I don't know, but it was white lace he was showing me. So there's something important coming up with the white lace. So I don't know if it's like a wedding anniversary or why do I keep getting wedding connected to this white lace? Okay. Wedding anniversary. I don't know. He just, I'm asking for more, but he's just kind of, If you can't take wedding anniversary, I feel that it feels like a wedding's coming up, or you're going to be invited to a wedding. There's something coming up that's formal. So he just wanted me to share that with you. Yeah, a wedding. And Valerie, I'm going to leave you with all your dad's love. And he's so much fun to communicate with. Oh, he's an awesome communicator. Lovely gentleman. I love his sense of humor. I love everything about him. So that was awesome today. And the way he came through with the hearts and the funny gifts and all those, that was awesome. So lots of, so we had a young man today wanting to connect with his mother, taking responsibility. And someone mentioned about taking responsibility. And usually what that means is, hold on, let me just feel into this a minute. Okay, I understand. So I was just asking about that. So in terms of responsibility means before we are incarnated and we come to the earth plane, we create our soul contract before we come. So part of soul contracts are also part of passing. So it's like part of that is part of what was agreed upon prior. So maybe the word, he sure made it feel like responsibility for me. I was wondering if I used the wrong word for that. But it's that whole idea that you have your contract and you decide how things are going to be played out for your lessons evolving on earth, as well as others around you. I hope that kind of made sense. Kelly says, beautiful, thank you. Valerie, thank you, Wendy. You have I do have a great connection with him. He is just an awesome guy. Awesome guy. So thank you, everybody. And just a reminder, oops, let's just see if I can get my notes on here. I am going to be going to some spiritual churches. I'm going to one in July. I believe one in, I can't get my notes on. My computer's giving me a hard time, probably on purpose. It might be, November, October, and then November. And they all will have a Zoom connection where you can connect in and watch the service. I'll be giving philosophy and a demonstration. Also, thank you everyone for allowing me to work with your loved ones in spirit today. Some other services that I offer are mediumship, soul readings. I'm working on pet well-being soul readings and on manifesting the life that you want. So those are some other services that I'm working on, and I'll be posting them soon, I hope, on my website. So in closing, please remember, keep your heart brave and your imagination wild, because absolutely anything is possible. So lots of love to everybody. Oh, there's Trent. I would love to know about those types of churches. Yeah. So look up some spirit. Where are you, Trent? You're not in Canada, are you? Are you in the States? There's spiritual churches everywhere. So you could even do like a search in your area and go and visit one. And at services, there will be a medium comes to every, North Carolina. A medium comes to different mediums come to the service, and there'll be a healing, there'll be singing. Usually the medium does a piece of philosophy inspired by spirit, and then there'll be healing, a collection for the church. And then there'll be a demonstration, and there'll be music. It's quite lovely. It's quite lovely. Oh, I see. Yeah, the Bible Belt. Well, they might be popping up. Have a look and see. You can also log in anywhere in the world if they have like a Zoom link. So you can link in wherever you like. I usually post the spiritual churches I'm at on my website, and then I'll put the link up there. I don't think I've seen the link yet for a week Sunday. I'll be at a church. But if I do receive the link for the Zoom, I will put it on my website if you want to join that. But it's lovely. It's lovely spiritual churches. It feels like home to me. So lots of love, lots of care to everybody. I'm just a reminder that I'm taking next week off for holidays, so I won't be doing next Wednesday, but I will do the following Wednesday. So everyone have a good day. Take care. And remember, you can be your own medium too. Lots of love, everybody. Take care.